Hey there, it's Sin. Today I'm going to add this weatherproof wireless charger by Quad Lock, and I'm going to add it right onto my Spyder F3, and I'm going to show you how I snake the wire through the handlebars and underneath the accessory panel and tied it into the extra accessory connector that comes stock with the 2022 F3. And we'll also take off the side panels to be able to access that connector. So as you can see, the side panels on the F3 come with 2 bolts in the back and 2 bolts in the front. And the other piece is an access panel at the top, which you just turn counterclockwise and lift up. Take that piece off and then start to unscrew the side panel. Okay, so now we'll use a star tool, like this tool here, and we'll use this to loosen the bolts on the side of the Spyder. And as you can see, there are 4 bolts. And so it's as simple as sticking the star tool in there and unscrewing it until it's loose enough to unscrew with your finger. Now, once you've unscrewed all of the bolts, you'll see that there are these little clips. Now, what you're gonna have to do is either take a clip tool or a little screwdriver, and you're gonna have to lift this little circle piece out from the O-ring. So basically it's 2 pieces, and you're just gonna take each of these little center pieces out very, very gently so as not to snap them. Now, before I started this activity of taking off the side panels, I made sure I had some extra plastic clips and a clip tool. And I picked those right up on Sling Mods, and you can find the ones that are for the F3. They were really easy to find. Now, they make this clip tool in plastic, but I just happened to get it in metal. But pretty much it's, you slip it right under there and then just gently pry the clip out from the center circle piece, and it'll look like that. All right, so I was able to pull out the remaining clips, which are the center O's, and then she just pretty much just slipped right out of here. And now I'm gently gonna put the phone down and I'm gonna take her down. All right, once the panel is off, you'll notice now that you have access to the customer accessory circuit. And this particular wire is tie wrapped next to a set of wires, all which is gaffer taped. So what I already did is I clipped one of the tie wraps up here at the top. And now I'm gonna clip these 2 tie wraps with wire cutters. This way I can separate this accessory wire and get to it, and then I'll be able to string through my accessory, and in this case it's a phone charger. So here is my Quad Lock mag charger, and as you can see, I bolted it to my handlebar, and in the back there is a charging cable plug, and a bunch of charging cables come with it. So as you can see, one end goes directly into the mag lock, and then the other end has a USB. So what we're gonna have to do is fish this cable through the handlebars and down to the accessory wire, which is underneath the bike. Now, I'm really lucky that I have small hands, but I was able to simply send the Bluetooth connector side right down, the USB, sorry, right down this little hole. And I was able to reach underneath and pull it down. So now my cable is properly fished through and I can start the electronic work of plugging it in to the accessory wire that's here. So here you can see that I connected the wire, and I open these little plastic clips to hold my accessory wire close to the wire set that's already there. Now, unbeknownst to me, one of the clips was already cracked. And so I don't have any of these clips on hand, but the quad lock magnetic charging set comes with a bunch of tie wraps. And if you don't have tie wraps, they are a godsend. We can do everything with tie wraps. So I'm just gonna tie wrap this particular set of wires right to my handlebars here. Now, there's one other little piece that I recommend that you get, and that's this little USB connector to SAE, and you can order it on Amazon, and it will literally say USB to SAE, which is this motorcycle connector. Now, you have a couple of options. You could put another SAE connector right here so that you can connect SAE to SAE, and this way it's easily unplugged, which is good for some accessories like jackets. But for this one, I'm probably just gonna strip it and connect these two wires together and be done with it. There's no reason to have an SAE connector in here. Okay, in order to start splicing the wires, what you have to do is take a blade and you have to cut open all this heat shrinking to expose the end of the wires. Be really careful. I use an X-Acto blade and start to cut away without cutting any wires. And take your time with this and don't slice your finger open, obviously. So that's what it looks like, and you can see the wires underneath. So as you start to cut away with the blade, you can start to split it out. Take your time, kind of like you're peeling some sort of fruit or vegetable. All right, now I have the wires exposed. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this SAE connector and wire this right in here. And the reason why I opted to do that is so if I ever wanted to change an accessory, it's really just plug and play, and then I don't have to reconnect these wires. So again, my husband's gonna come in and do this, and I'll take a video of it. Okay, got some little wire strippers here. We're exposing the copper. And then we'll put, I assume, black to black and then red to purple.
Yep.
Okay.
Then we use beanies with silicone on them because we don't want
To melt everything.
No, we don't want moisture getting in here and rusting everything.
Oh, and then you crimp them.
Yep. I probably should not have done this without us testing it first, but oh well. Find out here in a moment.
It says accessory, it's gotta be 12 volt.
Oh, I know it's 12 volt, but positive and negative are important.
Oh.
But like I said, black should be negative, especially since it's DC power.
Yeah. Well, 3 of our other friends have done this, so. All right, and there you go. All right, so there we connected red to purple, black to black with our little crimper wires, which is silicone to prevent moisture from coming in there. And we connected an SAE cable at the end. All right, before we put the bike back together, we're gonna test everything here. So we have SAE to SAE, and the Bluetooth, or USB rather, sorry, is plugged in. And so now I'm just gonna start up the motorcycle, plug in the phone, and make sure we're getting juice. And there it is. All nice and organized and sat in there nice and easily. And I can easily unplug it if I need to, or swap it out for a different accessory. All right, so putting the panel back on isn't so bad. So I open the hood, the front. This way I could slide the plastic lip underneath the piece of plastic that was there for the hood, and lined up the light, and then made sure that the bolt lines are perfectly aligned. And as you can see, she fits in nice. So I have to put the phone down for the last piece, but basically I'm gonna press this in here, and I'm gonna add the clips up in the top, and then lastly the bolts. And there you have it. An added phone charger from Quad Lock. Thanks for watching. This is Sins Over 50. Have a great day.